Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Turtlecast. Yes, it's time. It's Friday. The weekend is starting, so we are here to check out on Fallout 76 news for this week. Welcome in the chat. Who's already in the chat? Kitty Bear, Spiteful Angel, Tornado, Scott Parker, Radrop, Kai Kloman, Adefion Jax, James Johnson, Derek Schroeder, I'm Peaceful Gamer, Riblado Corona, Anyway, DBRYJR, Dave, Chris Zimmerman, Alufool, Scott Parker, Michael Ball, Nervy Stories, Stony, Sega, Kimushabi, Craig, and Alexander. Welcome! And first, do we have any article from Bethesda? There is one. I mean, it's not as much article as camp competition announcement, so let's open that. Here we go. If you are into spooky camp contests, it's ongoing. Camp contest from October 1st to October 23rd. Build and enter your spookiest camp or shelter in the spooky camp contest to win tons of atoms, 10,000 atoms to be exact. Bethesda Game Studios developers will then judge your haunted camps and select the winners. Here are the details, how to do it. Submit your spooky camp on BGS Discord, hashtag spooky camp contest. And yeah, you can win. Basic camp, creative camp, abstract camp. Those are the categories. The way you can do it, 5 screenshots or 30-second video. Submit and you may win. So if you are interested, that's the content for camp builders. Feel free to join it and win. I'm, of course, not competing in this particular one, as I'm not a camp builder, at least not a good one, that's for sure. Not a good camp builder, that's for sure. So I'm not joining. And welcome everyone else who's joining us in the chat. So now, what else we can check is the calendar. I probably should check it every time, as we are at it. Calendar, what's going on for this weekend? Okay, let me open that. Here you go, the calendar. So, what's today? Friday, 4th of October. 4th of October. October, where is it? There. 37th. So, Spooky Camp competition is whole month ongoing. Caps aplenty and double mutations weekend. That's what's happening now. So not too much, but caps can be useful. So definitely recommend grabbing your caps from vendors, especially that it's easy to do. Mutated public events will be later in the midst of October. So of course, what all we are waiting is a follow day on October 23rd. So is something interesting happening. And Legendary vendor sale is starting October 31st, so at the end. At this moment we have caps and double mutations weekend. That's what's currently going on. Yeah, Minerva is currently outside of White Spring. You just need to make sure to fast travel to the main entrance. I tried to even emphasize that in my Minerva announcement video. I notice there's quite often questions like, there is no Minerva there for me. And that usually means someone fast traveled to the wrong entrance. There are 2 different entrances to White Spring, and only one with Minerva. So make sure to travel to the right one. Now, let's check your questions from Discord. So we're heading to Discord, Turtle Army Discord, and Ask the Turtle section is in there. We'll try to answer your questions. Discord is opening. I don't know why so slowly. I think Discord is doing some kind of necessary update. I did not order, so let's wait. Discord, please. Okay, starting now. Starting. Discord is starting and I can answer your questions. So, Turtle Army Discord. Link always in description if you need it. If you are not on Discord just yet. And wait, now, where did I stop? What was the last week date? That was last Friday, was 27th. So those questions. Okay, got it. Got the questions. Let's change the camera. Oh, we have one more member, Colin. Thank you a lot for joining Turtles Army. Appreciate that. Welcome, and may the shall be with you. Thank you, Colin. And now we'll be answering the questions. Here we are. Discord. Quick question. Do you know if the stamps for expeditions are of any use once all plans have been bought from Giuseppe? I answered that last time. Yeah, Bubblehead's the only use case. Quick information for everyone. Actually, you can legendary craft with some limitations cursed weapons like shovel, pickaxe, rolling pin, and harpoon gun. Unfortunately, not great weapons, but it's good that we can. Next, K-Turtle just wondering if being able to get explosive on all the Gauss weapons make them the best in their class? Kind of yes. With exception of Gauss shotgun, that's still not the best shotgun, but maybe it will be, as Gauss shotgun is getting buffed with the next patch, so maybe it will join a good shotgun soon. Next, Mr. Turtle. With criticals being nerfed, what would you consider a god roll daily driver weapon for stealth commando to be now? Okay, to clarify, criticals have not been nerfed, but critical weakness on bosses have been removed. That's what usually people refer to as criticals being nerfed. The boss's weakness to criticals have been removed. I have heard you talk about anti-armor and faster fire rate on a fixer. I'm guessing the third star would be less AP cost? Generally, yes. Do criticals still do decent damage to most mobs? Yes. I'm also wondering if recent changes bring partially retold Love Tapper and Elder's Mark into the mix. Elder's Mark was always a solid choice, so it remains a solid choice. The criticals are still a really good choice. Critical focus builds is a must as you are stealth command or any type of build like that. It still gives you a huge damage boost. The bosses do not have weakness like they used to, so it's not as huge as it was. Like it was 10 times the damage on bosses with criticals. Now it's the same bonus as on any other mob. Who has vendors looking to spend caps? People have vendors, but legendary script is rare now. Instead of carrying around a heavy medics weapon for caravans, get a third Zappa 1 star and change it to medics. It's a lot lighter and infinite ammo. Yeah, you can do that if you want to have some fun with third Zappa. I absolutely agree. So that's an option. Is there any chance to deny the slowing effect from cryo weapons? No, you cannot deny a slowing effect. No, not possible. There is no slow resist, yeah. Doesn't exist. You can resist the damage from cryo attacks, but you cannot resist the slow. So that's no option. Next, hi Turtle. What are your thoughts about having a 2-shot grenade launcher and with explosive mod? Could it be better than Yuka launcher? No, because explosive mod do not work on launchers. That doesn't do anything. You will install it, but there would be no bonus, nothing. Next. Hey Mr. Turtle, with the railway rifle changes, what are the best full health commando weapons to use for bosses and daily driver? Thanks in advance. Railway rifle is still on top, so that did not change. The railway rifle is still there. It's not as OP as it was, not outclasses everything else. It's closer in line, but yes, it's still one of the most powerful weapons. Then if you want something that you use with stealth, then you have the Fixer and Elder's Mark. Very solid options for commando. Next one. One more thing. I have a Gauss shotgun and the condition bar is stuck on about 80%. I've had it for more than 2 years and never moves. Have you ever encountered this before? It is currently being addressed on public test server, as Scratchy is saying, which is not a perfect thing, but yeah, it will break from the next patch. I would prefer if they will leave it unbreakable, but a lot of things breaks from next patch. Armor pieces, power armor pieces, weapons, they addressing the situations when items have been unbreakable. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but on live game version, breaking power armor is almost impossible. They just do not break. On the public test server, they do break. Not super quickly, but they do break and need to be fixed. So it's changed. That's definitely changed. And those are all the questions. Oh, and Spiteful Angel is gifting 10 memberships. Thank you a lot, Spiteful Angel. And those memberships goes to Brian. Why not? Nexio. Wermus Woodworks. Nervy Stories. Stony. 1776. Saint Monkey. Inspector Tragic. Pots 1000 and RHPS. Huge thanks to Spiteful Angel. And may the shall be with you all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, if you have any more questions in the chat, I'm here. If you are not on Discord, but you still have questions, and you are currently in the chat, feel free to ask them now. So we have a lot of time. There was no official news from... Oh, just a side note now. I noticed something interesting. I like to compare Fallout universe to real-life universe. And recently on Twitter, I noticed the story about some longshoremen protesting against automatization, and I was like against it. And I was straight up saying ash heap and poster stop the bot. So in Fallout universe it was miners, and in our universe longshoremen. So that was interesting. Just a side note. I don't know anything more about this story. I was just connecting it to Fallout universe. I think whoever figured out the Fallout universe knew a lot about our world somehow. What do we think about expeditions if you load before your teammates? You just start doing your expedition. You don't need to wait for your teammates with objectives. You just do it yourself until other people join you. There's no reason to waste time, especially that they are not joining to do objective, but to have rewards mainly. You all want to have rewards. There is no point in waiting for everyone. I don't really know anything about Tesla Cannon. The new weapons that possibly will be coming from raids or season pass, they are not being tested yet on PTS. The raids are not available yet on PTS, so I don't really know much about this stuff. Sentinel effect is not broken on power armor. It should work. Second star on unyielding, there is a lot of options now. Agility is a good pick. Endurance is a good pick because a lot of perks scale with that. Endurance, agility, in the future, maybe even luck, as more perks will scale with luck. It's not possible to upgrade Cold Shoulder to 4-star. The name to legendary weapons like that cannot be changed. I do post sometimes live stream links when I'm streaming on Twitch, and they should be linked to my Twitch channel in the description here on YouTube. Any usable 10mm submachine guns? The one, Anchorage Ace that is dropping from new free robot bosses. I mean the newest bosses, the free robots. Low chance though to get it, but that's the usable 10mm, equipped with suppressor and reflex sight, unlike all other 10mm. So that's the one that's usable. No news about scope for carbine. I don't know if that's coming. What's my favorite 4-star right now? There is a lot. Probably the one that gives you basically infinite watts. That's really good. Oh, Enzyme! Thank you a lot for $5. I appreciate that. And the message is, hi, any suggestion extracting mods from legendary items? I play daily and scrap a lot and can go days without getting a mod. Am I doing something wrong? Unfortunately, probably no. It's just such a low chance. I'm doing that a lot myself. And only sometimes I'm getting a mod or I'm unlocking the plan for a mod. So just a low drop chance. You approximately need to scrap 50 items to get something. So yeah, the odds are not the best. Does 33 luck and every second shot critical still works? Yes. Advice on how to rank up a full health build. It's the same like unyielding builds, you just don't have access to unyielding, so it's slightly slower as you will not get those bonuses, but it's the same strategy. Like if you check my experience guide, full guide, I go everything you can do with this guide. I go over everything you can do to get experience faster and more. You just will not have access to unyielding armor. Everything else you can have as full health. Yeah, +2 endurance is the most universal good pick for power armor for tank. Although you may consider fire resistance if you plan to be in a lot of places with fire damage or you are building a specific set to fight the imposter. Overeater's Union Power Armor with 2 strength and arms keeper. Yeah, that's a really good set. I'm using one set similar to that. I have some sets. So Overeater, Strength, and Arms Keeper is a very good universal Union Power Armor. It has everything for everyday scenario. I have Arms Keeper on Power Armor, yes. I figured that you meant Overeaters, not Overnight Power Armor. Yeah, that makes sense. Luck of your character doesn't help with getting legendary mod boxes. That's a fixed chance. The best buy from Purveyor for scrapping, in my opinion, it's 2-star armor pieces. That's the most cost effective. Unless you are particularly looking for one of last star effects, then you have no choice but to buy 3 stars, but they're not as economically viable. Yeah, a lot of stuff is coming at Defiant Jack. Yes, a lot of content is coming this year and next year. Like this year we are getting raids, next year we are getting playable ghouls, so those are the biggest updates. Yeah, I'm scrapping everything to get those mods too. Almost everything. My strategy now is, if there is a good legendary effect on item, I scrap it. If there is nothing good on it, I put it into the script machine to then buy 2-star armor when when Merma, the Purveyor, legendary Purveyor, will have a sale. I will be buying 2-star armor pieces. Oh, I didn't purchase a cupboard collector from Atom Shop as I didn't notice its resource collector. I will buy it today on Member Hangout. The mobs drop weapons. They don't? I didn't loot anything on public test server, but yeah, I will need to investigate. Think any changes to what mobs are dropping? I'm not sure. How long it took me to max out the Brahmin? It was a little bit of a grind. But I was doing that with other people, so it was double dipping on the caravans. It took about 5 hours of farming. But not exclusively, I was doing some other things in between too. So if you would only farm, maybe 2 to 3 hours of continuous farming. How do you report bugs to Bethesda? I think it's on Discord, Bethesda Discord, or by submitting a ticket. So those are 2 options to report bugs. The explosive effect do work with Demolition Expert, but in case of some weapons, it will not show on your stat page, but it does work. Oh, Enzyme, thank you a lot for another $5. And here's another question from Enzyme. Can you get legendary mods from named legendary weapons you craft? And answer is yes. Mass scrapping medical malpractice seems like a good option. You are absolutely correct. You probably need to craft about 100 medical malpractice to unlock all those mods, and simultaneously you will get some ready boxes which are even better. There is even a point in crafting medical malpractice after you learn all those effects as less AP cost. The third star effect, it's so expensive to craft. So it's probably the same cost, if not cheaper, to craft medical malpractice with super duper equipped. Don't forget about that. It works on named weapons, doesn't work on other stuff, but works on named weapons. So equip super duper, craft a bunch, scrap them, and you may actually get less AP cost cheaper than otherwise if you will get lucky. Maybe not necessarily cheaper, but you will get additional boxes in addition, outside of less AP cost. How much is it? 60 modules, I think, to craft one less AP cost. For 60 modules, you will get 30 plus 30%, so that's 39 medical malpractices, 1.5% drop chance of the box mod. So yeah, similar cost than crafting individual box, and you have chance to get some extra medics and VATS hit chance boxes. You get 2 box mods from 70 medical malpractice. That makes sense. It's either box mod or the plan, or sometimes both. It's percentage based chance, but you can get more unlucky on one batch, more lucky on another. For me, it was 100 medical malpractice crafted to unlock everything, so I was quite lucky. I don't know how many exactly with super duper added. Explosive doesn't work on the cremator, I'm sorry. Oh, a Defiant Jack with a special message saying, thanks for keeping us informed on all the changes in game. Still #1 expert in the game. Well, thank you a lot, Defiant Jack. I do plan to upload video about most crazy changes that are currently on PTS and coming with next patch. But not full breakdown all the changes. I did that when there was a patch notes, but so many of those new perks, legendary effects, seems to be quite overpowered at the moment, and for me, I would not expect them to make it to the live game in the exact same shape as they are now, as they are crazy. The full health 23 luck, what you are talking about, Visionary, is when you have faster VATS criticals as a third star on the weapon. Normally it's 33 luck to have critical every other shot. So that's not a number difference based on health, that's the number difference depend if you have faster VATS criticals as a third star or not. Any more questions? Or can I take everyone to member hangout? I mean all the members, and do some farming for today. Any more questions? Do we have it or not? I'm waiting a little bit. If there is any more questions in the chat, then I answer them. If not, then we'll have 10-minute break and we'll start member hangout. No questions. Okay, so if there is no questions, in that case, oh, one announcement. Tomorrow I will be streaming earlier than usually because I am visiting a friend for the evening, as one of my friends is leaving soon, so I'm going to say goodbye. Therefore, I will be streaming around 3 o'clock, so 3 hours earlier than usually. Arm Keeper is really good for power armor. The best, probably, as power armor is already tanky. The 4 stars, how we'll get them exactly, we don't have information as of yet. Okay, so now that's everything. Therefore, thank you very much for being here. I wish you all amazing weekend and see you tomorrow. Turtle out. Bye everyone.